Good morning. Good morning, guys. Following up on our series, again, this is Don Johnson. We're doing a little HVAC service tech, plumbers, electricians as well, but we're doing a lot of HVAC because it's tune-up season, fall tune-up season for a lot of you guys. Fill the schedule. If you're the manager, service manager, owner, first priority is the schedule full. You can't depend on the phone to ring. It's wonderful if it does. It's easier to react and to adjust the schedule or bump somebody than it is to feel desperate that I have to find something. Having too much is easier to manage than having too little. So just remember that that's a big thing for you to do is fill the schedule, maybe overfill the schedule in these next couple of weeks if your weather has already started changing. Here in Alabama, I think it's 67 degrees this morning with a high of about 82, and I think we've got 40-50% chance of rain in the afternoon. So the schedule most likely is not going to overcram itself with demand calls or things of that nature. You'll have a few, always something stirring up if you're, size company you are, but fill the schedule first if you're a manager. Now, for the technicians out here, first priority is let's get our credibility and our authority set, right? Let's review back what we've talked about. People will listen to you if they feel like you are credible, right? If you have authority. And if they trust what you say, they'll take action or they'll listen really. Let's go back to that start. If you have authority, you have credibility, and they trust you, they will listen. Now, once they listen, it's getting them to come to their own conclusion to decide if they want to do something. That's another step. But the whole purpose of the beginning of our call, the pre-call, hey, Mrs. Smith, this is Don Johnson with Freedom, and I will be, my GPS shows me I'll be at your house in about 15 minutes. Can I stop by the store and pick you up anything? I was going to grab a coffee for myself anyway. Okay, not, I'll be right there. Offer service. Most people won't take you up on it, but just try it. It just sets you apart as a human being, not just another service person that comes to their house. So do the greeting, do the pre-call, get to the house. We park. We get out quickly within 30 seconds. We're at the door. We knock. We step back, and we make the first words about them. I'm here to take care of your air conditioner. I usually begin inside. We'll finish the greeting. We'll go through the greeting and get that credibility and that authority set. And I'll just do a quick run through for us because we want to get to the lead producing for today. Uh, as a point of clarification, I'm here to do a $252 total system rejuvenation for just $39. That means I'll be going over your air conditioner and your furnace with a fine-tooth comb. And when I'm done, I'll give you a full report. Now, should I find any deficiencies, and I'm not saying that I will, would you like for me to share those with you? Awesome. Will you mind just verifying all your information here on the iPad? Initial here, and I'll get started. I usually begin at the thermostat. Is this where you normally keep it set? May I turn it on? May I turn it up? May I turn it down? You can tell a lot about a system just by listening. Please take me to your indoor system. Please take me to your outdoor system. Are we working with any time restrictions today? So you don't have anywhere to be later? Okay, this is how to go. I'll get started on the indoor, and when you have to leave, come get me, and I'll work my way to the outside. You can even lock up if you like. And by the time you get back, I should have everything together for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you want to watch, you may, and if not, that's fine too. So we do our work. We do, in the first 15 to 20 minutes, we're going to get a game plan. Again, we've talked about this quite a bit, but redoing it helps you to kind of remember some of the details we've talked. We're going to divide the call in our mind mentally into that 0 to 3. And did we put that system in? Is it 0 to 3 years old? And did we put that system in? Did we deliver the promise that we gave that customer? Let's protect the company and make sure we did deliver the promise. Okay? 3 to 8, it's time for the blower wheel cleaning. It's time for easy starts. It's time for breathe easy upgrades. And this is breathe easy season, you guys. This is the season that the allergies will kick in. the fall weather, we will get our share of allergens. And if you haven't done research, what are the negative effects of breathing in mold and allergens on the body? Do that. If you want a list, put it in the comments, and I'll text message you over the list of 20 negative effects of mold and allergens on the human body. So that's 3 to 8, and we've talked a little bit about that. Now 8 plus, we have to then talk about it in two ways. If you're a technician and you can sell equipment, which there's half the guys out there, that's what happens. At 8 years old, let's just add to upgrade system, and put the price of the difference between what that size system would be versus all of this repair work or this maintenance work that you've got on the list. Surge protector, easy start, blower pull and clean, all of that stuff wouldn't be necessary if they were to decide to upgrade. We're not saying we're going to sell them equipment, but we're going to let them know it's getting time to start thinking about it. And if they go, this thing has never cooled the house, or it's noisy, and every time it kicks on, it wakes me up when I try to sleep in the afternoons. If you put an add to upgrade and they have just one other little thing in their mind that they just don't like about it, they might they might go, I didn't realize I could replace it. I didn't think that was even possible. And then that seed will grow for them. Okay. So at over 8 years old, we want to add to our list. And again, the list has 3 sections: the mandatory stuff, things that will need to be done in the near future, and the things that are just nice to have. And reality is, what's nice to have nowadays is inverter equipment. Variable speed air handlers have really moved the air and make the home much more comfortable. Well, variable speed compressors, which is an inverter, we like to call them a constant comfort system. They vary the speed of the cooling capacity to fit the home, increases performance, increases efficiency, gives you the lowest power bills, and controls the humidity. The best humidity controller you can have is a variable speed compressor, because it will slow down till it satisfies the comfort level, the humidity level in the house before it worries about the temperature. Okay? It's working on both, but it really takes humidity as a primary function to getting the house comfortable, not the old traditional set a temperature and just run till it satisfies that. It's the next level of it. And there's a lot of systems out there that are inverters. We know that, but it will be the norm in the next 5 to 10 years. That why would you ever do anything other than this? So if you're a service tech that sells equipment 8 years and older, put add to upgrade equipment and put the price out there. Now, let's say you're a service, HVAC service maintenance tech, and you turn over to a comfort advisor. My company, that's what we did, and I like that model. So I'm really great with that. Well, what you do is follow the same process, and you just right at the bottom, last line of your nice to have category, I want you to write add to upgrade equipment, add to upgrade system, add to upgrade air conditioner, add to upgrade heating system. Whatever fits the situation. Again, if it's really cold and you're out there talking a lot of repairs about the heating system, probably saying that. If it's still air conditioning, probably want you to write the word air conditioning. But add to upgrade system, add to upgrade equipment, and then over in the right hand column, just put a question mark. Okay? Just put a question mark. It will typically, when you show the piece of paper, and we're going to talk about when they should see this, but when they see that, oftentimes it will prompt the customer to ask, well, what's a new system cost? And wouldn't it be so much easier to have a repair versus replace or a system replacement conversation if the customer was asking you, what's a new system cost? So on 8 years and older, what we're selling, what we're trying to convince the customer to do is to ask us, what's a new system cost? Doesn't mean we're trying to sell them a new equipment or a new system. It means we're trying to get them to come to their own conclusion that it may be time to start thinking about this, right? So we want them to ask us, What's a new system cost? Changes the whole dynamic. And you just price condition it, okay? And here's the price condition for everybody. Well, just so you know, we've had customers spend as much as $30,000 for a top of the line air conditioner with duct system and all the bells and whistles and the breathe easy and the indoor air quality. Some spend as little as $8,000 for an air conditioner, but the majority end up somewhere around 12 to 15. Let's find out. And you just kind of go through that and go, let's find out. And you pick up the phone, you call your sales manager, you call your comfort advisor, and you re-explain the whole situation. I'm out here, Mrs. Smith. She's been a long time client, and she's been with us for a while. And she just asked, "What's new equipment cost? Could you take a minute, look that up, and help her out here real quick?" They'll typically ask some information, and the whole answer you want to get, and if you're a comfort advisor out there, you want to say, "Look, I need to take a look at that. I'll be over there in just a minute," and just get them out there, right? You really don't want an answer over the phone. You want them to just come on out and take over the call. That's why we often call leads turnover, because you turn over the conversation, you turn over the call to that comfort advisor. Okay, it's a lead. I get that. You know, the semantics of it, is it a turnover? Is it a lead? We define them differently at our company than a lot of other people do, but it's okay. It's get your comfort advisor, get your equipment knowledgeable person having a conversation. It's their job to help the customer out from that point on. Your job is to just make the introduction. Your job is to get them out there with the customer asking. So let's do that price conditioning one more time. So a customer asks, "Well, what's a new one cost?" You said, "Well, just so you know," just not threatening, kind of lightly with the hands, "just so you know, we've had customers spend as much as 25,000, hit them with a high number, for a top of the line system with all the bells and whistles and duct system and indoor air quality. Some spend as little as 8,000, but the majority ends up around 12 to 15. Let's find out." So all of that gives you price conditioning. It really works. Get that phrase. Just so you know, we've had people spend as much as, high number, a few spend as little as, a low number. The majority end up right at your range that you typically sell systems. But the majority end up somewhere around $12 to $14,000. Now, these numbers will vary based on the area, based on the size of equipment. You certainly wouldn't use the same price conditioning for a 5-ton system than you would a 2-ton system, right? So there are reasons why these numbers would be different. Every company might have a different average ticket. Every company might have a different cheap, low price system, and all the bells and whistles could be 30 or 40 or 50,000. Use whatever number is real for you. If you use real numbers, you won't feel awkward saying these numbers. And a lot of times technicians have trouble saying money and talking about the price of systems. Use the ones that are real and you won't feel as awkward. So there's price conditioning for us. Add it to your list. Last item, add to upgrade equipment, put a question mark. And when the customer prompts, well, what would a new system cost? Well, it's $30,000 for a top of the line system. A few spend as little as 8, but the majority end up around 12 to $15,000. Again, hit them with a shock, hit them with a low, just in case you have to go there, because that's all they get approved for, or that's all that can fit in their budget. And then the last number is the herd or pack mentality that says, but the majority end up at 12 to 15. So this is my time today. This is the halfway day of the month. So after you finish your calls today, tally up everything, revenue, how many calls, build all your averages. If you need any help with that, just message me. Like this, share this with anybody. And if you'd like more information on daily or weekly training and even an event we're hosting in Orlando, put that down in the messages and someone will get with you and get you the details. So Good to have some people on here this morning. We appreciate it. Good luck. Go have a great day.